Well, hello and welcome everybody to the new health conversation. For all the censors out there that are protecting the community guidelines, we 100% adhere to your community guidelines at the new health conversation because we only quote from peer-reviewed human trial medical studies that are published in the public domain. So everybody that we're speaking to, our audiences, all get a chance to go and see the medical proof. That way we avoid any concept that we're making any claims we don't make talk about as safe because it's been backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies, and we go out of our way to make people aware. We're educators. There's nothing to buy on our website. There's nothing but medical information on the website that everybody gets to see, and then they can make a decision about these new alternatives and new choices that we make available. So we just like everybody to know that. Lots of people joining this morning. Hello, Carolyn. You can see right there, I know everybody's shocked already. This isn't possible. It's unsafe. It's a different woman. I hear all those stories, but this is 100% real. It's not a diet. It's not about counting calories. And she did no exercise. She literally, if you do the math, she lost 5 pounds a week consistently for 3 months. She really did lose 60 pounds in 3 months. She's the daughter of a friend of mine, and she's one of many people. Now, what's so different about this right away that I'm going to explain it to you in a moment, I promise. This protocol, which is called R2M, has now been published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. And it was conducted with people, with human beings. It wasn't on mice or rats or chimpanzees or monkeys or whatever. It was by human beings. It's the highest level you can go in medical research. And the researchers who invented it are considered the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the entire world. They've done over 100 studies over 40 years, and they've concluded that you're not going to like what I'm going to tell you. They never found a diet in 40 years that ever worked long term. Now, to back that up, from 1990 until 2025, the obesity rates in this country have doubled. So what we're doing, the diets, they just simply aren't working. I mean, you can have whatever opinion you want, but science doesn't care. It doesn't have any emotions, unlike me. It just is the facts are the facts. And we're losing this battle against obesity and overweight, and our health is drastically declining. Heck, we spend 4 times more than the industrialized world on healthcare, and yet we have about the 100th worth outcome. So it's not about not enough money and not enough resources. We have the best doctors, we have the best drugs, we have the best hospitals, we have the best everything. But we're losing, the fundamentals are pretty simple. And I can speak to obesity. My own mother was morbidly obese my whole life. I'll tell you her story a little bit later. But we know that being obese, according to Harvard Medical School, contributes to over 40 known diseases like high blood pressure, blood sugar, and obviously the inherent lifestyle problems, just of mobility and joint aches and back aches and all that. And we're on your side. We're here to teach you and make you aware of what she did. Our coaching, it says right there, free coaching. We're not kidding. We got coached for free. We coach you for free. You buy no products. There are no products involved in this. It's only food from your grocery store, foods that come from North America, and the other 70% of the foods literally come from around the world, from places like Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Now, why is that so important? Because those foods have large amounts of nutrition, like the food in this country used to have about 150 years ago. But we've so over-farmed, and I don't blame the farmers. They're trying to make money. I get it. But the reality, all I'm doing is reporting on the reality. The reality is that our food in North America is becoming more and more nutritionally insufficient. So what you have a chance to learn here, if you'll be patient and spend a few minutes, is something that could change your life. I'm always shocked at how few people really want to know. Maybe they don't understand that what we're supplying to you is medical proof that there's a new way that will make every diet obsolete. Honestly, if you listen to this podcast, more importantly, if you go to the website, which you can see in blue right above our head there, the new health conversation, excuse me, you'll see the medical proof. You'll stop counting calories immediately. You'll never do a traditional diet again. It would make no sense. Because any of you have ever, if this is not fake, if this is real, are you trying to tell me any diet you're on or seen, et cetera, has ever produced a result like that? But let's go to even in more normal circumstances. So Kristen here, she only had 30 pounds to lose. So she lost 21 pounds, 38 inches in just 30 days. If you do the math, 70% of her weight loss she got in 30 days, not 30 weeks. You have to understand that she's losing literally in a week what would take you a couple months on diets according to the numbers, and I have some of the numbers here. This is based on multiple meta-analysis studies. The typical weight loss on calories in, calories out, or something like counting, what do they call it? Micros, count your micros, is is 1 to 3 pounds per month. 1 to 3 per month. That's not. She lost 5 pounds in a week, so you can do the math yourself. Now, I understand you're all struggling with the fact this is not real. It's probably BS. He's making things up. I don't make things up, and the reason I don't have to make things up, again, these studies are published in the 10 biggest medical journals in the world. So they're vetted, they've been proven. Peer review means that it was sent out to other researchers, medical doctors and researchers who go over all the studies, and their idea is to find flaws. They want to discredit what you're trying to prove. That's why no drug can ever get approved without a peer-reviewed human trial study on human beings. You're relying on stuff like it's doctor recommended, it's a scientific ingredient. That doesn't mean a darn thing. That's all a market. It's like marketing things, but they don't mean anything in the real world. You know, I had someone yesterday come on and tell me about how I was putting out false information. Well, that's so ludicrous because we only quote from peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. So that's what's called irrefutable medical evidence. So let's talk about what did she do. If any of you are interested in finding out how you could totally change your life, right? Lots of you on here now. Charlie, Missy, well, you probably jumped off. Eli, Lily, Grace. But for those that you really want to learn, I'm going to explain it to you. I'll go as quickly as I can. So the researchers who created this are rated the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologists in the entire world, the #1 people. They've done 100 studies, 40 years, and those studies prove to them that there's no current diet out there where you can lose weight and keep it off. Oh, you can lose weight on any diet, but what's the point of you yo-yoing? You know I'm right. You know that it's happened to you or a friend. You know that's what the problem is. So that's why we have all these new diets. But when you look at the effectiveness of diets across the whole, a huge study done in the Journal of the American Medical Association, it was a comparison of weight loss among named diet programs. They looked at 7,286 people in 48 different trials, and they looked the most amount of weight loss to the least amount of weight loss in a year. In a year was 16 pounds. And I mean, I'm sorry, the difference in the weight loss, in a year they only lost 16 pounds, but the most to the least amount of weight loss in a year was only 10 ounces. So I don't care what diet you're on. I mean, the medical proof is the medical proof. It doesn't have an agenda. Do you understand? So the medical studies they don't have an outcome. It's just science. And the science is saying that the results we're getting from any form of traditional diet, whether it's carnivore, time-restricted eating, I don't care, whatever it is, keto, etc., is just pitiful. I have a comprehensive report that I just got. I don't have it quite yet today. I'll probably have it on one of my later podcasts, where they go through all the major diets and show you what are the real weight loss numbers on. It's just pitiful. I mean, things like 12 pounds in a year. I'm serious. But again, when your only option, your only lifeline, your only option is to count calories, that's what you're probably going to do. So the researchers said enough of that. This protocol is based on you not counting any calories at all. What? Well, here's why. Does anyone actually know the medical definition of a calorie? Because in a year, I've had 9 people actually get it right. And yet you're all counting calories. Why are you counting calories when you don't even know what it is? Guess who else can count calories? Your body. Anybody doesn't care about, doesn't know about, doesn't count calories. It's impossible. Calories, if you look it up, you'll find out what a calorie is. And it's not what you think. Like when you're hungry, you're not hungry for calories. Your body, you're alive because of 3 things: air, water, and nutrition. And what a diet does, yes, you reduce the amount of food, but they never tell you you're reducing the amount of nutrition, which triggers in your brain the starvation mode, and your brain then turns your muscles into fuel, and that's why you slow down your metabolism, and by losing lean muscle, you slow down your own immune system. So you're making yourself unhealthy by going on these diets. Now that may make you mad, you may say he doesn't know what he's talking about. I only quote, here's the thing about me, I'm never going to give you an opinion. I don't do opinions. If you're asking me a question like, what do you think of the shots? I'll show you the medical studies. What do you think about keto? What do you think about paleo? What do you think about, time-restricted eating? I'll give you the medical proof. Because that's the only, right now, does anyone think diets are working long-term? I'd love for someone to put in the chat and tell me. Priscina, Sarah, Desmond, Rose, lots and lots of you coming on. Let's see, can I invite somebody on here? Host Laura, love. Okay, continue. Let's see if I can have her come on. Hello? Hello, hello? For some reason, people are requesting to come on, and then I click to let them on, and then they opt out. I don't know what to tell you. It's not because I'm not open to other opinions. All right, so what did they do? So what the researchers did, they said we need to change everything and concentrate only on one thing and one thing only, and that's to make sure that there's enough nutrition going into your body so the brain doesn't think you're starving and burns your muscles for fuel. So they accomplished it in two different ways. One was what you're going to eat, and the other way, the way you were going to eat it. But the way you were going to eat it was determined by the foods that they picked. So they put a grocery store list together that you would take to your grocery store. Organic foods like proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. Now, no calories involved, only serving sizes, okay? And those are organic foods, but only 30% of what she consumed came from North America. The reason for that is our food in this country is all but nutritionally bankrupt of nutrition. And if you tried to do the eating patterns I'm going to explain to you now, well, they tried it. It didn't work. So they found other researchers who had gone around the world for 20 years to places like Russia and Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition, but small amounts of food by volume. So now they had the foods, right? And now they created, the last part of this was to create a nutritional system. This is not supplements. There's no like lotions, potions, pills, a magic elixir, nothing like that. This is food. So now that they had the foods, they figured out, okay, now we can do something we've never done before. So 5 days a week, you would have 4 meals a day. You'd start with these foods from around the world that the researchers have called the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint, if that makes sense to everybody. Lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from the grocery store list, you're eating with your family, and a fourth meal after dinner from these world's most perfect meals. That's 5 days a week. That has a name. It's called protein pacing. And the timing really mattered. That's what they proved. As a matter of fact, the U.S. Patent Office gave them a registered trademark of this new way of eating, okay? So 5 days a week, 4 meals a day. What about the other 2 days? Well, the other 2 days you do something, and this will probably spin most of you out of control, called intermittent nutritional fasting. Not fasting, not water fasting, not time-restricted eating. On those days, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods around the world. But this time, she was eating 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half to 2 hours. Now, for the diabetics, nobody had insulin spikes. Nobody. People who weighed 400 pounds weren't hungry. Well, the reason they weren't hungry is really pretty simple. You, right now, if you think you're hungry and you need more calories, you're completely wrong. If you're hungry, your brain's telling you, give me more nutrition. That's why people become so obese, because, again, they keep, and now they're doing processed food, which has almost no nutrition at all. So although temporarily they, get a boost maybe from sugar or simple carbohydrates, it's not sustainable. So they need more fuel, more fuel, more fuel. Here's a good way to think about it. Imagine your body was a car. It's not, of course, but you need fuel to run your car, your body. So you go to a gas station and they have 2 pumps. Pump number 1 would be the food, even that they've selected. And it says this gallon will take you 20 miles. Pump number 2 says this gallon will take you 100 miles. And that's what they did by utilizing these foods and nutrients from around the world that have these massive amounts of nutrition. That's really kind of the way why it worked. And then they were able to implement these new eating patterns. Now let's talk about the medical proof behind this thing. In a month, people's hunger came down 41%, okay? But blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides all came down. Most women on this lose a whole dress size in a week with no exercise allowed. Let me repeat that. Most women lose a whole dress size in a week with no exercise. The researchers didn't let them exercise because they didn't want exercise to be an outlier. Otherwise, you'd say, well, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. No one was allowed to exercise because that would have been an outlier. Okay, but here's the big one. The thing that you all need to be aware of, and everybody suffers from this new medical syndrome. It's called TDOS. The T stands for toxins, the D for nutritional deficiency, O for being overweight, S is for stress. Oh, Peter Greenlaw, who's that? Oh, that's me. I did discover this, and it's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. You all have it. What it means is that we're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating chemicals. And the body, to protect us, is taking the chemical at the end of the day and stuffing it in our visceral fat. The visceral fat is the fat around your organs, okay? And to show you, they did, to prove this, that it was working, they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, proving that this, what's called R2M, was helping the body get rid of chemicals. And the proof, look at her stomach on day 1, look at her stomach on day 30. That's with no exercise. So that's the detox, allowing the fat cells to shrink. See, don't let anybody tell you burn fat on a diet or exercise. Total lie. You have born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and the fat cells can expand or contract. That's it. But the good news is you can either gain or you can lose lean muscle. Losing it is really horrible, and that's what happens on every diet. Do you know that she lost no water weight and she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle mass with no exercise? And that's why, of course, women are losing a whole drop. Men are losing 2 to 4 inches off their waist in 7 days. Now, this may seem preposterous or crazy to all of you, but I'd love for anybody to put in the chat for me any diet you think actually works. So Lizzie, user 975, Jeff Brown, Esterad, David McGuire, Mama to the I'm not sure what the rest of that is, Rosaria. Now, let's get some more taps on the screen. We only have 25 likes so far. You can also tell my voice is a little strained. I've been trying to do 5 of these podcasts a day. Some of them are a couple hours long. So I apologize for my voice, but I'm giving you the information. But I'd love for anybody to tell me, if you were going to lose 20 pounds, how long would you give yourself? Right? Secondly, again, I'm still waiting for someone to give me the definition of a calorie. Because this whole thing about counting calories is a complete myth. It's not me saying this. Here's Harvard Medical School, all right? Listen to what they said. Stop counting calories. They said, we've all been taught that losing, this is Harvard Medical School saying this. We've all been taught that losing weight is a matter of simple math. Cut calories, 3,500, you lose about a pound. But as it turned out, experts are learning that this age-old strategy is totally misguided. The idea of a calorie in and a calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong, says Fatima Stanford, obesity specialist, Harvard Medical School. Drop the calories notion, Stanford said. It's time to concentrate on what's in our food, not how much food we're consuming. That's exactly what the researchers did. I just explained that to you, and they have nothing to do with Harvard. But these major studies are coming out now and saying that everything, really everything we were taught about diet, exercise, nutrition is completely wrong because it's a miserable failure. I mean, think about this, everyone. I know I'm repeating it. From 1990 until 2025, the obesity rates in this country have doubled. Do you think we have more diets in 2025 than we did in 1990? Of course we do. But you're all holding on to this myth, this, how can I say, it's like a mirage, right? Oh, you're all going to lose weight initially. But your life is not a destination. It's not like I lost 20 pounds. Okay. No, not okay. Now what do? How do you maintain it? She's maintained that weight loss now for 8 or 9 years, as all the people that I'm going to show you have done. So this young woman right here, 35 pounds in 37 days. Now, you can think it's fake. It is not fake. Look at how much her body shrank from really her neck to her ankles. Look at that. I mean, that's just crazy. Am I correct? Oh, so Rosario. Sorry, Rosario. Okay, now I got it. I apologize. Calories to the unit of measurement used to measure how much energy. No, sorry, MPW. That is not the technical definition. So please Google it or something else, because MPW, just to give you an idea, and over 1,000 podcasts I've done in the last 12, 14 months, 9 people are the only ones that ever got it actually technically correct. So, oh, okay. Well, it's only 2 weeks. Just give it some more time. And Rosario, the point is, nothing is 100%. I'm only showing you these are real results in the medical studies. This is what's going on, okay? How are you feeling as far as energy and those kind of things, okay? And who's your coach? I'm just curious who your coach is. You can tell me. And then if we look at, like I said, my friend's daughter, 60 pounds in 3 months. 60. And also, Rosario, the thing to understand is you are detoxing your body. Understand that's, and in fact, you only have 17 pounds to lose. You're really in a real small minority, okay? Not that we don't want you to lose weight, of course. But again, best advice I can give you, just keep going. Because the main reason to do this is not weight loss, believe it or not, unless you're someone like my friend's daughter. But overall, again, and then when you look at an older gentleman here, everybody, 40.8 pounds, 52.5 inches in just 30 days. And look at his blood work. His A1C went from 8.4 to 6.4. His triglycerides 242 to 124. Oh, okay. Great. Great. Yeah, she's been on vacation. So if you haven't heard from her, then I think she gets, I know, I think she gets back on Wednesday. So I think she has a lot of catching up to do. So I'm sure she'll be happy to converse with you, okay? All right. So the bottom line is, all of you, if you think diets work, I'd love for anybody to put it in the chat for me, right? I'd love for you to put it in the chat for me. Because again, study after study like this one, why you shouldn't count calories. While counting calories and restricting calories can help you lose weight in the short term, the approach has never been proven to keep weight off long term. What's even worse, 2/3 of people who try to count and restrict their calories gain back more weight than they lost. Counting calories increases chronic psychological stress and cortisol production, two factors that are known to cause weight gain. So that's all I can tell you. And the thing that no diet's ever done, they've never, ever, ever, ever shown that a diet removes any chemicals that are stored in our bodies, and we're storing chemicals in our body. It's not up for debate. That's exactly what's going on. So who else? Sergi, Takita, Cindy, Malouche, Linda, Malouche again. Okay. Anyway, who would like to ask me a question? I mean, I'm happy to go over again. I am challenged with my voice today, you can all tell, but hopefully you can understand me, that at least my clarity is okay. Who else would like to ask a question? And if you like what you're hearing, just tap on the screen so we can get some more likes, okay? What's up, 777? What's up, 777? Hello. Okay, because we got a lot of new people coming on, let me explain to you exactly what you did in the simplest way possible. The researchers that created this had done 100 studies over 40 years. They'd analyzed every diet you could imagine. And they never found a diet where people lost weight and were able to keep it off. Never, ever, ever, ever in 40 years. And the reason for that was pretty simple, that all diets are based on some form of counting calories, and yet your human body has no idea what a calorie is, and I'm still waiting for someone. Oh my gosh, Tulu, high cortisol is one of the biggest factors. Well, they even said that in the one study. Let me read it back to you. They said counting calories increases chronic psychological stress and cortisol production. Quote direct from the researchers. Two factors that are known to cause weight gain. So yes, high cholesterol is a major contributing factor to weight gain. There's no doubt about it. This protocol lowered stress, they proved it, but more importantly, it lowered inflammation. No diet has ever been shown to lower inflammation in the human body. And in the studies, it came down over 25%. Does that make sense, Tulu? So yeah, if you're stressed out, you're probably having a heck of a time losing weight. But again, I don't give you opinions. That's what the rest of that study was. Well, counting calories and restricting calories can help you lose weight in the short term. The approach has never been proven to keep weight off long term. What's even worse, 2/3 of people who try to count or restrict their calories gain back more weight than they lost. And they went on to say, counting calories increases chronic psychological stress and cortisol production, two factors that are known to cause weight gain. So going on these diets is actually causing you to gain weight. I have another big study that backs up that as well. I'll find it here in a moment. I'm sure I will. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So let me read this big study here, and it's going to shock you, I hope. Listen. So a landmark meta-analysis by Tracy Mann, one of the top weight loss researchers in the world for like 30 years. The study they published in American Psychologist, 31 long-term studies on calorie-restricted diets to expose the harsh truth. Okay, what's the truth? The analysis concluded that dieting itself predicts future weight gain. So again, 31 studies saying that what they found, if you're on a diet, you're going to gain weight. So again, you're all, I mean, 99% of you, you're going to go back to keto or paleo or all this ridiculous stuff, which just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And nothing's 100%. This is not 100%, but it's probably 99%. And the thing is that if it doesn't work, yeah, but the problem is, Rosario, you're doing, I swim almost there, but I rest on intermittent fasting days. But you're doing nutrition, you're doing intermittent nutritional fasting. You're not doing intermittent fasting, right? Does that make sense, Rosario? I just want to make sure. Linda Perkins just got on. Okay, so Linda, did you just hear what I said about the fact these big studies are showing that actually going on diets causes you to gain weight? Give me a yes. Oh, okay, Rosario. That's it. Well, like I said, talk to Sarah on Wednesday and let's just see. You know, maybe there's some adjustments that you can make. I don't know because I don't know about your specific needs going in. And Rosario, I would be the first one to tell you, and I've always said it over and over, nothing is 100%. But you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if it doesn't work, then you get all your money back, but that's not the goal. The goal is to get you a result, which I'm sure you want to do. And it sounds like you're exercising and doing everything right. So let's just see if there's something we can do to tweak it, okay? Does that sound good? All right, so who was it that just came on? Oh, Linda. So Linda, did you get a chance to hear me explain what they did? Please let me know, because I absolutely 1,000,000% will repeat it. Because I need to. There's lots of new people coming on here all the time. And we've got 166 lights. Can you tap on here? Oh, you didn't. You didn't. Okay. All right. So first of all, Linda, are you looking to lose weight? And how much would you like to lose? And have you tried things in the past and you lost the weight and gained it all back? I mean, you don't have to tell me, but it always helps if I know kind of like, okay, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? And I'll give you an honest assessment how fast I think you can get that weight off and keep it off. Because the other key to this, Linda, these people are keeping, like I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. That's kind of what we should be looking at, right? Is the long-term impact, the long-term, can we sustain the weight we've lost? And you definitely can on this, right? Just belly, okay. Well, can you see there, Linda, her stomach, belly on day 1, and then look at it on day 30? That's with no exercise. Now, I'm going to explain to you how that, why this is so different, why it's not a diet. So let's just talk about who invented this. Not me. I did not invent it. There's no products to buy here. It's only food. And the researchers who had done 100 studies over 40 years, Linda, sadly came to 2 conclusions. One, no diet in 40 years ever let people lose weight and keep it off. Sadly, 2/3 of the people on all these diets over the years gained back more weight than they lost. So they were worse off. They would have been better off never even gone on a diet in the first place. So the researchers said the fatal flaw of every diet is people are counting calories. And the problem with that is the human body has no idea what a calorie is. The only thing the body cares about is nutrition, okay? So what happens on diets, when you reduce, all a diet is reducing the quantity of food you're consuming, but they never tell you you're reducing the amount of nutrition. When your brain senses, this is why people gain all the weight back. I'm going to give you the medical explanation right now. When your brain senses there's not enough nutrition, because we're alive because of air, water, and nutrition, not calories. Nothing to do with calories. Calories have no bearing on it at all, okay? What they did, what the brain does when there's not enough nutrition, it uses your muscles for fuel, slowing down your metabolism. That's why you gain everything back. But it also slows down your own immune system. So you literally are making yourself unhealthy by going on a diet. So what they said is, we're going to do something different. No calorie counting, out the window. We're only going to give you serving sizes, and we're going to give you a grocery list that you would take to your grocery store, but only 30% of what you're going to eat. Proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. Got it? So serving sizes, no calorie counting, all right? And don't worry about being hungry, because we have people who weigh 400 pounds and not hungry, because you've never been hungry for a calorie. You're hungry for nutrition. And if you can give your body enough nutrition, you will never be hungry. It has nothing to do with how much food you eat. It only has to do with how much nutrition is available to your body. Okay, so that's 30% of what you're going to consume. Now, here's what made it work. The other 70%, essentially comes from these exotic ingredients from around the world, from places like Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent huge amounts of nutrition, but in small quantities of food. So now they had the kinds of food you're going to consume. Then, because of these foods having, based on nutrition, nothing else, they were able to create a whole new eating pattern where 5 days a week, she ate 4 times a day. She started with these nutrient foods from around the world, lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store, and a fourth meal after dinner from these exotic foods from around the world. 2 days a week out of 7, she did something called intermittent nutritional fasting. Intermittent nutritional fasting. Hear the word nutritional. It's not fasting, it's not water fasting, it's fasting with nutrition. On those days, believe it or not, no food from the grocery store, only these foods from around the world, but this time she eats 8 times a day. She literally is eating every hour and a half. Diabetics, no one had insulin spikes. People weighed 400 pounds, they weren't hungry. And in a month's time, people's hunger went down 41%. Blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, all came down dramatically just in a month. But the big thing was, here was the biggest thing. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved that this protocol was detoxing the body. No other diet has ever shown even a gram of toxin leaving the body. And what the body does, you want to talk about your belly fat. Here's why you have it. Your body, to try and protect you, protect me, to protect her, everybody, it takes a chemical, and to protect us so it doesn't do bad things, it stuffs it in our fat cells called our visceral fat. That's the fat around the organ. And you can see it there dramatically in her stomach on day 1 and in her hips even. And then look at day 30. That's not Photoshopped. That is not Photoshopped in any way, shape, manner, or form. So Linda, what do you think about that? And by the way, that was with no exercise. And when they measured, she lost no water weight and gained 6 to 9% lean muscle. Now, the reason that they didn't do exercise, because they didn't want it to be a factor. Obviously, you can exercise. We got somebody on here that's swimming and doing, of course you can exercise, no problem. But for the purposes of the studies, otherwise you would have said, well, she lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. Had nothing to do with it. Okay, so the point is that one of the main things that'll happen, well, to give you an idea, Linda, most women lose a whole dress size in 7 days. How much would that excite you? Because you're the one, I don't know you, of course, again, but you're telling me about the belly fat. So I'm assuming if you could lose a whole dress size in a week, you'd be pretty motivated to keep going. Is that a fair statement? So Linda, I'd love for you to comment, or there are any other points or questions that I can, this is live. It's not pre-recorded. It's not an infomercial. I'm a scientist. This is the medical proof. And I would tell all of you, being a researcher, nothing has ever been 100%. And this is not 100%. But the other thing you need to know, Linda, is that the 70% of the food you're going to buy, if let's say this didn't work for you, 100% money back guarantee. Now, the food you buy from the grocery store, they're not going to give you your money back, but think about that. Because nothing's 100%, but you think that they would be able to do that if this didn't work for 99% of the people? But again, and the other thing is, see, free coaching. That's very important, free coaching, because you've never done anything like this before, and we need to teach you how to do it. And let me show you, to go to the website to see the medical proof, Linda. Here's go to Google and type in the name of the website. The name of our movement is the New Health Conversation, because we certainly think we need one. And there it is in Google. Boom, it'll come up. There's the website. There's nothing to buy on that website. The only thing there is the medical proof, including #1, an exclusive podcast with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the entire world. And we don't call you. If you go there, we will not contact you. We won't do it. Why should we need to? Because the medical proof says it all. And if you see the medical proof and you're not convinced, then we're not going to be convincing you. We'll answer whatever questions you have. But the medical proof is the medical proof, and it stands alone. And again, I'll show you one other thing. This is the June 9th issue of Women's World, the #1 women's magazine in the world. And these two women I did coach. The daughter's a nurse, 57 years old. She lost 50 pounds in about 3 months. The mom, who's 80, lost 90 pounds in about a year. They both have kept it off now for 3 years. And look at the headline, over 50 protein miracle. It's not an advertisement. That's a news story in the magazine where they actually did a big, an article on it. about this, what we're talking about here. It's called protein pacing and intermittent nutritional fasting. Hold on, everybody. Let me show you that. Okay, there's the article. I'm sure you can see it. New Protein Miracle Diet. So if any of you that want to get it, I understand you can order it. This is the June 9th issue of Women's World, where they go into detail about what they did and how they felt and all the whole thing. It's not on the newsstand anymore, but I know you can order it online. So it's the June 9th issue this year of Women's World magazine. Excuse me. So, Linda, any other questions? So Mary Francis followed the live from the creator. Good, cool. So who else would like to ask me a question? And can we get some more taps on that screen? We only have 264 likes. I've only been going for 35 minutes, but I'm going to have to rest my voice here in a few minutes, I can tell. I won't be able to do any more podcasts today. But one last time, I'm happy to answer any question for anybody. But again, the most important thing you can do is you can see it there in blue above your head, the new health conversation. You type that in Google, it'll take you to the website. If you go to the website, we won't contact you. There's nothing to buy on that website. There's nothing for sale on that website. The only thing there is the medical proof. And if you like what you see, you can see free coaching. That's not a gimmick. How much is the coaching? Zero. So it's really important that you understand what we're capable and what we're able to do. So who else would like to ask me a question? So Tulu, I hope that makes sense to you and you understand. I'm going to invite you to go to that website and look at the medical proof. And then if you like what you see, scroll down and you all can get a code. I know it sounds too good to be true. This whole thing sounds too good to be true. I get it. But you got free medical proof. You have 100% money back guarantee on 70% of what you would buy. You get a coach for free. What's your risk? Your risk is you let your skepticism not allow you to go and look at the medical proof and get a coach to answer all your questions. And so you go on your merry way with keto, paleo, Mediterranean. None of them work. None of them work long term. So, anybody else have a question for me? Linda, I hope that now you understand. I hope you got a chance to listen to that whole thing. Yes? So who else would like to ask a question here? Anybody? And let's see, Tulu, I want to make sure I didn't hear a response from you. If you, in fact, got the answer that you wanted. Die Cats joined. Okay, everybody. Well, apparently no one has any more questions. I'm going to leave you all. I got to go rest my voice. The new health conversation, you can see it there. It's the free medical website to go to. We will not contact if you go there. But if you like what you see, scroll down and you can get a free coach and they'll answer all your questions, show you, get you the grocery list for there's nothing to buy from those coaches. They don't have anything to sell you. You buy directly either from your supermarket or from the suppliers who supplied this to the medical studies. All right, everybody? All right, everybody. Thank you very much. I'm going to sign off for right now.